Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'll start this video off with some pretty flowers and a sad story at the other end. So if you've been watching my channel, you know I've been having quite a fight with mealybugs, and I had it recommended to me to get rid of my mealybugs that I should try some neem granules, because neem granules are supposed to keep away bugs, and I was told where I could get hold of some at a reasonable price. So I don't know whether these are the wrong product for what I'm trying to do, or whether they're just simply I'm using it in the wrong application. So I went to the store and that was what I got. Organic neem granules. It tells me all the good things that neem granules are supposed to do and fight the bugs. So I applied this probably 3 or 4 days ago. We've had a nice few warm days and it is a little bit smelly, I must say. And I was just kind of like getting used to this weird smell, and I'd only put it on maybe 10 of my collection just to try it out. But fail. Don't do it where you have moss. So just a quick warning, if you have any problems looking at mouldy things, believe me now, this does not work in my situation. If you have sphagnum moss in your plants, just don't do it and stop watching my video there. If you have a strong stomach, and luckily you guys don't have to put up with the smell, come and have a look what the neem granules did within my moss in 3 days. So down in my plant there, and I can't go too close or it won't focus, I stuck some by the roots, and you can see grey fuzzy mould in there. So these neem granules go from big to small, and I'd scattered them through my plants in the moss. Luckily have only stuck it mostly on the top parts of the plant. But yeah, lovely mould down there, definitely breaking down the product that it's in. So we'll get that little one out of the way. And so the way I grow most of my fells is in bark chips. I mix it up with some sphagnum moss, and then I normally heap more sphagnum moss over as they start getting roots to keep the roots hydrated. So I've picked some of this stuff out, but all down in here I'm going to have to go through and pick out these granules from the top if I can. Otherwise I'm going to have to repot a few. The worst ones I'm probably going to repot as the neem granules disintegrate in the moisture. They go sort of slushy, and they're pretty revolting to try picking those bits out. So some of those roots got burned by my fertiliser being too strong. So this bit here, luckily, is just a bit of bark, but it's that. Focus. Mouldy stuff and smelly. My whole lounge now smells worse than a cow paddock. So anything that had moss is the worst. So down in there, that whole patch of grey is all mouldy. So luckily I have plenty of hydrogen peroxide. You can see down in there, that bit there is all mouldy and smelly. Okay, so where the moss had stayed dry, the granules haven't broken down as fast and won't be quite as hard to pick out. But right down to my favourite one that I have fertilised a flower and I'm trying to grow a seed pod on, is going to have some of its top bark. See some of these little white specks in there could possibly be mealybugs in the bark chips. I don't know whether I've managed to kill any bark chips, but I've certainly managed to grow some mould. Okay, I'll turn this flower around because this was one that I pollinated a week or so ago. And boy, this is my favourite, but she bud blasts something crazy. So I don't think I've had one live flower off there except for that one that's hanging there. On the second one I did get some more and we pollinated them. So her flowers have definitely died, and I would think that these parts here will gradually swell. They definitely sort of changed colour from what they normally look. And I'm hoping that I will get some seed pods from this baby, if she doesn't take offence to those things. So we'll try and dig those out. Okay, so this is definitely the worst one, so I'm warning now, if you don't want to see more yucky mould and have to think of picking this stuff out, this is the worst affected one. I need to try and get that to the light where I've got the curtain open. So all down in there under the moss is all going mouldy. No, luckily that doesn't show too badly on camera. All down in here is all fuzzy mould. All down in here is all fuzzy stuff because I tucked it under the moss. And the moss has been damp and the mould is growing. So my job today is to go and pick all of this out. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. I probably put it on 10 plants. I've got a job ahead of me. So that was one big epic fail. Do not use neem granules inside your house on your plants where you have moss in your plants, where it was in the bark chips and it was drier. It hasn't disintegrated so quickly, but I should imagine that eventually it would all turn to mould. So luckily I didn't mix it through any of my pots. I'd sprinkled it on the top. So I'm going to go drink my coffee and then be brave and pick off all this crap off the top of my orchids. So don't do neem oil granules of the sort that I used in your house on your Phalaenopsis orchids if you have sphagnum moss. Alright everybody, just a warning. Thanks very much. If you liked my channel or my video, give it the thumbs up. If you didn't, give it the thumbs down. Subscribe to my channel. I'll show you interesting do's and don'ts with your Phalaenopsis orchids. Thanks very much everybody. Bye.